Hi, my name is Polina and I'll try to guide you through this Fibery product management template. So in fact, this template represents in a bit cut way the way Fibery teams develops Fibery, because with Fibery for Fibery the coding has gone mad. So this I definitely recommend you to check out the document which is called Product Home, because before adopting that, it is important to understand the way we work and why do we work this way, because then you will be able to understand whether this may work for you as well or not. So inside, there are 4 types of data, 4 databases: product areas, features, insights, and use cases. So this is how, let me probably make it full screen for a while. So this is how a simple example of one piece of data per database may look like. So we have a product area which is called integration. We are working on the feature which is called intercom integration. It will help us to solve, it also has to take into consideration problem that sync frequency is not enough for specific use case, and we are solving this problem and developing this feature to cover use case, aggregate feedback from everywhere, and connect to work. So now let's dive deeper into every of those building pieces. So a product area is a hub that collects everything related to an area of a product, because probably if your product is complicated enough, you have a lot of areas maybe, and you have to understand what you have to focus on. Are your customers missing permissions, or maybe they want everything is fine but the performance make them struggle. So understanding which part of the product do you want to focus on right now and how many improvements can be potentially there, how many customer requests, is important, just to prioritize different parts of your product. So in our case, every product area has a product owner. So this is a person responsible for this product area who knows what's going on in there, can prioritize different things, and this is someone who has to answer the questions. So if I'm a customer success, have a question about particular area, I know who should I contact about this, who has the whole context. Then there are features. So features are solutions. So it's and functionality, and every feature belongs to the product area. So for example, if our product area is API, then the feature will be introduce GraphQL. If our product area is integration, then GitHub integration will be a feature. So I think this is the easiest part, because a lot of people use features, and the difference here is that we don't use, for example, epics. Nothing groups the features, they're only grouped by the product area. Then there is an insight. So insight is a problem in the product we don't know how to solve yet. So feature is a solution to a problem. Insight is a recurring observation we don't yet know how to solve yet. So for example, people don't understand the difference between data and views. Well, that's a problem we have. And maybe we'll have to introduce 25 features to solve it. Or maybe 1. So it's important to capture them, to see which of them are most popular ones, and then based on that decide to focus on a particular insight. And insight also will have a product area. So if people don't understand the difference between data and views, then it's an insight for the getting started product area, onboarding product area. So then we will be able to understand in the future which of the product areas, most problematic ones, we don't have features there, we have tons of insights, or which of them very clear how to improve but we're not ready yet because there are many features, no insights. Yeah. And there is also use case. So use case, I think it's something more even about strategy, long-term planning, maybe even marketing. So these are problems for users we are promising for them to solve. So they can, it's better when they are a bit more concrete. So for example, if you promise that you are the best analytic platform for product managers, then for example, your use case will be create dashboards for reporting to stakeholders. Something like this. Because you know your customers, you know your target personas, you can formulate the use cases you want to solve for them, and you want to make sure that the improvements you're working on right now, they are directly or indirectly helping to solve the use case. If you're working on a feature which is not tied to a use case, then you have to have an explanation why you're focusing on that. That's also okay. Like, this is not for a concrete use case, but we are just like improving the performance. That's like also quite nice. Also, like inside, like you'll also find some suggestions. And if you want to dive deeper into details, our CEO explained like really in tons of details the whole process of how do we work. So you can follow this link and check out a set of articles where we dive deeper into every part of that, like delivery, collecting customers' feedback, tying it all together. So yep, don't forget about this link. So what do we have here as a template? So yep, we have here product area database. So I can open a product area. I have a quick explanation. I can assign users. Mostly it will be like developers who are working here and have enough like a context. I have product owner and I also have a state. So maybe like all good, requires attention and in focus. Like it's optional one, but you can keep it. There is also an explanation what this product area is about. And inside every product area, as told, you can find a list of features. You can find a list of insights. If you open a particular feature, well, it also has a set of fields. It also has an owner. You can inherit it from the product area, but if there are many owners, like we can choose a particular one who is working on that, planet dates, and like some formulas that calculate cycle time and duration based on the planet dates. You can check out the syntax to understand that better. Whether you need a guide, and Tiny Win. Tiny Win, it's like also our small invention. Sometimes developers don't want to dive into very big next feature to work on. They just want to relax, to fix some bugs, and maybe to deliver a small feature which takes like maximum multiple days to implement. So Tiny Win means that it will be very short, it will be very nice, and everything is very clear, so you can just grab it and do it. So if marking features with a Tiny Win like creates a backlog for free developers, they're very welcome just to grab and work on. And they're most likely no showstoppers inside. For every other feature, there is also like a description field, which in fact is a specification. So you can describe here with details what this features has to work on. We definitely recommend connecting product management and software development. So later you could also decompose features into bugs and stories. You also see that there is insight linked. So which problem are we going to take into consideration when working on this feature and which use case it is focused on. By the way, I can even think that we can move it above, and this one can be moved above as well. And in this case, you will be able to see it like this. I think looks very nice. You can also upload files. You can also like create a public announcement because you can have a public changelog in Fibery. You can also have a public workboard. You can learn about this in our community and also inside the guide shared. So yeah, there are also two folders, features and use cases, because there is also a detailed explanation how do we handle features. You're very welcome to check it out. And you can find the product roadmap. So here we have like our features planned by product areas. You can find the backlog if there is something unplanned. You can create something new here from scratch. If you like prefer like more classic way, there is also Kanban board where we also see all our features. For now, they're not grouped, but you can also add kind of product area grouping here like this. You can also show whatever else is needed, like insights maybe. And as for the use cases, here you can find detailed use case guide. So what is it? How do you work with that? And you can find the decomposition. So we have a use case we are going to cover, and we see which features and which insights do we have inside that have to be worked on and in which state they are in for now. So this will make a clear observation. I definitely recommend you to play around and create views on your own, because here on purpose we're missing some views like for example insights table. So I can create a table, choose insight, and then I can check whether we have any features, which kind of insight is, which product area it belongs to. So yeah, you're very welcome to play around and create views that make sense to you. And the last but not least, there is a product areas overview. It's a very helpful one to understand like overall everything going on about this particular product area. If you want to learn more about prioritization, we prioritize based on the feedback. And unfortunately, this product management cannot live without the feedback we're choosing from other sources. So details on that you will find in the guides I mentioned in the beginning. because it is impossible to show the whole process of prioritization in a single template. It requires more context, so you're very welcome to check it out. If you will decide that a feedback is not something we are going to focus on and you want to add here your own prioritization system, RICE, ICE, or something, you're very welcome. Nothing is hard-coded. If you will need help, let me remove my face. You will find here human support and AI support buttons. So you can just ping us and we will be happy to help. Thank you so much for watching and see ya!